is up, guys? This is Jacko2811 here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this new intro that I found, because my old intro got corrupted. I'm not really sure why. But today we're gonna be talking about hybrid ideas for Dinosaur Simulator, because as we know, the current hybrids in Dinosaur Simulator, they're all carnivores. There's no omnivore hybrids or herbivore hybrids, and I think we need some more like difference in it, and a new system to get hybrids would be super cool, guys. So I'm gonna go through some of my favorite concepts for hybrids and some ways to tweak them, and maybe also a system on how to achieve hybrids rather than just get DNA, because currently the system to get hybrids is kind of like meh, kind of weird. You have to buy them or trade them. But I think another like feature could be really cool for the game in terms of how to get hybrids. So let's just get straight into the first hybrid that I think is really cool and would be a great addition to the game. Like, of course not completely, but somehow. So let's go. So here we have the Duradoro, which is a giant weird thing. I'm not really sure what it looks like. It looks like a giant turtle or something. And this guy, if some of you guys may remember it, because this guy was actually also part of the hybrid contest that Avenikis won, where Avenikis became the hybrid winner and became the model. And I wanted something like this because this guy is actually a herbivore, if I'm not correct, or an omnivore. But it says here, because the game needs more giant tortoises, yeah, and Duradoro, being a hybrid of Archelon, Kentrosaurus, Stegosaurus, Euphephacallicus, Apatosaurus, and Carnotaurus, is a pure herbivore despite its two meat-eating parts. Being 19 feet tall, which is 6 meters, and extremely bulky, it can easily rival Albinothera and Megavore together. Though it will have trouble fighting due to its incredibly slow movement, so it must instead rely on surviving the attacks until they are forced to give up. Although it is not capable of swimming, it must go to water every once in a while, having above 3000 moistness, but of course being able to easily walk on land ever so slowly. And a stat suggestion could be about 3200 HP, 180 damage, 80 defense, and 5 speed with 6 sprinting, guys. It's quite crazy, but yeah, that was the first hybrid on the list. Let's go to the next one. And here we have the second hybrid contest winner thing, Majiggy. I'm not really sure what to call it, but this guy was actually made by my friend NC, which is an admin on my Discord server as well. And this little fella here is called the Yi Sheng, I think. Yi Sheng, which is Chinese apparently, and you can see it here, and it looks kind of like a bug or something. It looks super cool. And as we know, climbing was actually a thing once, but I think it's removed now. But this guy was supposed to be able to climb, and you can see some baby stage and a juvenile stage. Like, of course it looks way cooler at adult stage. You can also see a size comparison to an Albinothera here in the top. And the thing is, it is able to glide as well. And NC came up with some pretty good stats, I would say. Possible stat ideas for Elder: 300 attack with 202 bleed. But guys, just look at the health. The health is not very good, so the crazy attack that makes up for the bad HP. 40 defense and speed of 20 to 25 with 1260 HP in total, which makes this guy not so strong. But of course we don't want super strong hybrids all the time, guys. Not all the time. So you can see it's kind of like a lava or something when it's baby, and yeah, it just looks super cool, guys. Looks super cool, and I'd like this guy to be some kind of like weird way to get a hybrid. Something like you have to eat 1000 bugs on the ground or something to unlock this guy. I just want some crazy achievements to unlock hybrids instead of using DNA, because it's just way too easy right now. I want something, a cool way to get them. But yeah, let's go to the next hybrid on my list here. And yes, this is a picture of the Ankylodocus, but it is actually not Ankylodocus that I'm like referring to with this third hybrid. It's just because I haven't been able to find any cool sauropod concept ideas for a hybrid. But I already knew Ankylodocus, and Ankylodocus is super cool to me, at least, because as we know, I love sauropods. And this concept is super cool, guys. It's super cool. So I'd like some kind of like sauropod hybrid with some cool kind of different thing, like maybe a Triceratops plus Brachiosaurus hybrid or something crazy, or yeah, the Plodicus and Ankylosaur, make it look different than the Ankylodocus, to avoid copyright, of course, because we don't want to get Dinosaur Simulator copyright. We don't want to do that, because then it would probably get taken down, just like what you call the Pokemon Brick Bronze and all the other Pokemon games. So I wouldn't suggest us getting such a thing, but I want something unique and cool for a sauropod hybrid, and I want it to be kind of like Barrow-ish, but just with armor or spikes or something, some cool way to attack. That would be super great, guys. That would be super great. And yeah, I think this guy would be like, of course this is not possible right now, but something to do with trees, some kind of achievement to get it, by maybe like if we got some cool feature in Dinosaur Simulator 2, like you'd be able to destroy trees or something. Like if you destroy enough trees, you'd be able to unlock some different parts. And then of course I want it to be kind of like in Jurassic World, the game where you need 2 elder dinosaurs to forge a hybrid, but you need some materials or something to forge the hybrid from the 2 elder dinosaurs. So I think that would be crazy, but let's move on to the second last hybrid concept idea for this video. Let's go. Okay, so here we have the Vapu Juvenator, which is kind of like a Spinosaurus, but it has this whale-like rectangle-shaped skull, and it looks to be some very powerful jaws here as well, because as we know, sperm whales are super huge, like 20 meters long or something, I think is what the males are, and 50 tons. And this guy, he looks kind of badass, to be honest. He looks badass. Like we already talked about, like us having too many carnivore hybrids, I mean. But this guy, I honestly think it could be some kind of cool aquatic hybrid. Like maybe not have it be able to go on land. I kind of want a hybrid that is underwater as well, because currently all hybrids are above the sea and only Megavore can swim, but I want something that can only swim and only be in the ocean. So I think this guy, without being able to like go on land, so make some restrictions to the model. And also I want to say that this model was actually the concept, not the model of course, the concept was made by Fanasman, yeah, and yeah, it's just a really cool concept, to be honest, and I'd like something like this in the game, just without like being able to go on land, because we don't want more land carnivore hybrids. We want some kind of like thing to beat the Carcharodontus Megalodon or something like Leviathan, maybe. As we know, Leviathan is the largest, no wait, the whale with the largest teeth ever, even larger teeth than the Megalodon. Like I think they were 13 inches long or something, huge teeth. So that would be super cool. And let's move on to the last hybrid on the list. Let's go. Alright, so here we have the last hybrid, which is some sort of like combination of a Therizinosaurus and a Parasaurolophus with some kind of like Sarcosuchus-ish sails on the back. I'm not really sure, because as we know, Sarcosuchus didn't have sails on the back, so I'm not really sure where those come from. But this is a really cool concept, because currently Parasaurolophus is kind of like not very strong. Therizinosaurus is quite strong right now, so this guy would possibly be super strong. Like I want some kind of like, I don't want the strongest herbivores to be made into hybrids. I want some cool hybrids, because I don't really care if they're strong. I just want something that is cool to use and just in general very nice, like giving a good experience to the player and such like that. And I think something like this guy, you'd have to do some weird achievements for all 3 dinosaurs that this is made of. Again, I'm not really sure where the sails come from on the back and the crest. Like there's some kind of horns on the crest, I'm not really sure. And it seems to have teeth, but I would say that it's a herbivore, to be honest. I would say it's a herbivore. But yeah, those sharp claws, it would at least do a little more damage than the normal Therizinosaurus. And it would be kind of fast, I think, because I think Parasaurolophus is kind of fast with those thick legs that it can pound off with and kick people with and stuff. And I think it would be a bit larger than the normal Therizinosaurus as well. So around Therizinosaurus size range, I mean, and then with kind of good attack and yeah, around the same HP as well, but the speed would be significantly better, maybe like 16 or 17 speed, and I don't think it should be able to bleed Mega Ball. So yeah, I think that was it for this little video here, guys, about some hybrid ideas from my point of view. So if you enjoyed this video, right, please do leave a subscription or like down below to show me your appreciation, some enlightenment of these hybrid ideas that can be brought into Dinosaur Simulator. And just like tell me in the comments down below if you liked, what your favorite of these hybrids that I showed you guys are or talked about, and how you think there should be a new feature to get them instead of just grinding for 200,000 DNA for something like Evanicus. Or just link me down below up to another hybrid picture, and I'll check that out, and I'll possibly come back to you and say my opinion in the answer section of your comment. So thank you guys so much for watching. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.